Honda Fireblade CB1000RR. Napakaangas na bike. Alam ko, isa sa mga pinapangarap ng bike ng marami sa atin. Pero, right around 1.5 million pesos, hindi lahat tayo makakabili nun. Pero, kung gusto mo ng the same na maangas, sporty, at talaga namang worthy pagdating sa looks and forma, maybe you can go for its younger brother. Ito na nga, yung Honda CBR 150R. Siyempre, yung una nating mapapansin pagdating dito sa bike na to is yung forma niya. It already has an updated look versus the previous version, yung 2020 version ng CBR 150R. So, ito yung meron tayo ngayon. In front, what we have, medyo mas malapad na yung datingan ng front na to. You have DRLs right here, LED lights, very good. Mas macho kumpara doon sa previous front fairing ng CBR 150R version 3 or yung 2020 version. What I like as well is napansin ko, pagdating dito sa signal light niya, although fan ako ng integrated light na wala na tong mga winkers na to, okay kasi solid. Solid yung pagkakagawa ng signal lights na hindi yung flimsy or hindi yung basta movable na parang matatanggal. Okay na okay yun. Now, makikita mo talaga yung racing DNA for this bike. Over here, may nakikita tayong air cowling kagad. Bukod sa it adds dimension dun sa pinaka-forma niya, syempre ang function talaga nito is aerodynamics, nakakatulong sa pag-speed up and pag-aerodynamic function ng motor. Another thing is, we'll discuss more about the suspension later, pero ang napansin ko lang with the gold fork dito sa harap, tapos combine mo pa yan sa red and blue color, talagang nagkakaroon ng better depth and additional looks and dimension yung overall na pormahan ng motor na to. Over the side, nakikita natin talaga yung racing DNA niya. So nakikita mo, meron tayong malaking decals dito, the CBR 150R branding, and then the belly pan right here, Honda branded as well. Cover na cover yung ilalim niya na talagang kumbaga full fared siya, takip na takip, pero nakikita mo yung forma ng motor. Over at the side, we have a sporty type muffler. Pagdating naman dito, it matches the looks ng motor, although kung ako siguro we can go for a smaller one, medyo mas maangas, pero aftermarket na yun. Pero as it is a stock, it blends well with the looks ng motor na to. Ito okay talaga to. I really like the sexiness of the back. Yung taillight natin, LED lights na rin to. Tapos ang neat lang nung part na yan dito, wala masyadong mga parts that bothers pagdating dun sa pagtinignan mo siya. And LED lights as well. And again, very firm. It's not flimsy. Okay yan. Maybe for the looks, once you purchase the stock, konting tail tidy lang dito and maybe mudguard here, mas maangas yung magiging forma ng bike na to. Pero as it is, napakagwapo na, napakaangas. Pagdating naman dito sa tangke, again, bukod sa function na thigh grip to para mas secure or mas stable yung riding position mo, is maganda yung form niya. Saktong-sakto, makita mo yung diamond shape form of the tank. You will have a better time or an easier time in terms of gripping the tank. Pero at the same time, nakakadagdag siya dun sa forma ng motor. At saka bulky eh. Even though it's a small displacement bike, yung pinaka-overall kaha niya, yung pinaka-overall look niya, it actually looks like more than a 150cc bike. In fact, when I was using this, maraming nagtatanong kung expressway legal ba to. So, obviously, ganun kasing datingan niya. Although it's just considered a 150cc bike, yung looks niya, it looks more than the 150cc category. Siyempre, pagkatapos ng forma, titingnan natin kung meron nga bang ibubuga tong motor na to. Pag-uusapan natin yung engine. When it comes to the engine, what we have right here is 149cc single-cylinder liquid-cooled 4-valve dual overhead cam engine. Pagdating sa power niya, it gives out 17.3 PS worth of power at 9,000 RPM, habang yung torque naman niya is 14.4 Newton meters worth of torque at 7,000 RPM. Upgraded na yung power na to versus the earlier CBR version nung 2020, yung version 3 actually mga brother. Because that CBR, it produces around 16 PS worth of power and mga around 13.7 Newton meters worth of torque. So, updated na yung looks and you also get an upgrade pagdating dun sa power. Etong motor na to, you would also have a 6-speed gearbox with slip and assist clutch. So, nakakatulong yun kasi when we are talking about a slipper clutch or assist clutch, mas namomodulate niya at saka mas maganda yung pag-engine brake mo kasi hindi na overstress yung makina mo, especially when you do hard engine brake. Lalong-lalo na if you are using this for full performance, let's say sa track or talagang humahataw ka at bigla kang mag-engine brake. The slip and assist clutch, it allows your clutch to adjust a little bit to minimize the effects of the engine brake na pwede namang mapunta yun dun sa chain drive mo and eventually malilipat yun dito sa rear wheel mo. Yun yung usually nagko-cause ng mga loss of traction pagdating dito sa rear wheel natin. So, definitely plus point yung slip and assist clutch na yan pagdating dito kay CBR 150R. When it comes to the overall power ng motor na to, I would say mas maganda yung punch ng version na to versus the 2020 version kasi mas ramdam ko yung torque. Kung napanood niyo yung review ko last year about the CBR 150R 2020 version, I was saying na hindi ganun kahatak or hindi ganun kalakas yung torque niya. But this bike, definitely mas mararamdaman mo na. And even if you're already speeding up, mas mararamdaman mo rin yung power niya kahit on higher speeds, mas mararamdaman mo yung paghataw mo kasi mas smooth na yung pag-flow ng engine, mas smooth yung pag-flow ng power. So this is definitely an enjoyable bike to ride. So almost there pagdating sa power profile given its competitors, sigurado umangat na itong mga to. So if you are also using this for track, hindi ka na rin naman magpapahuli lalo na kung practice ride and all, okay din tong bike na to. Check naman natin yung brakes na ito mga brother. For the brakes, what we have in front is single disc brake and medyo malapad na rin yung diameter niya. And take note, nakaano tayo? Nissin brake caliper. So alam naman natin yan when it comes to quality and dependability, plus point yan. And then over at the rear, we also have single disc brake, Nissin calipers pa rin. So okay yan. Ang maganda sa brake na to is that it doesn't have na yung sobrang responsive na konting press mo lang ikakagat na kagad siya. And I mean that in a positive way kasi it's safer, you have a better allowance in terms of playing with your brake, lalong-lalo na sa rear brake. Because other bikes, based sa experience ko, konting tapak mo lang kagat na kagad, so napakahirap timplahin. At least for this one, even if it is a disc brake, mas madali timplahin yung brake na to, but maasahan din naman yung stopping power. Over here in the Philippines, wala pa talaga tayong ABS version for this bike. So what we have is really just, you know, a single disc brake in front and single disc brake over at the rear. Okay din naman yung stopping power. And in terms of dependability, maasahan din naman siya. I know that in other Southeast Asian countries, if I'm not mistaken, meron ng ABS version na to. So titingnan natin kung magkakaroon tayo dito sa Pilipinas ng ABS version na brake for the CBR 150R. Pagdating naman sa suspension mga brother, okay to kasi versus the earlier version of the CBR 150R, upgraded na yung suspension na meron tayo sa latest version na to. So what we have in front of us is Showa upside down fork niya. So bukod sa maganda na siya tingnan in terms of looks dahil sa gold colored niya that blends well with the overall look ng motor, when it comes to the actual play, napakaganda ng play nito because it did not bother me. Kahit yung mga sudden lubak or sudden humps, okay pa rin siya. At least for my weight, okay na yung settings ng play ng suspension nito. Now, pagdating naman natin sa likod, what we have is a preload adjustable monoshock. I was expecting for this suspension na maging stiff kasi sport bike siya. Pero ang napansin ko, again, at least for my weight mga brother, I am about 210 pounds. Okay na rin siya. Not the softest suspension out there, but not the stiffest as well. So it finds balance between stiff and soft, giving a better ride experience, at least for me. So kahit na medyo dumaan ako, malubak ako ng konti, even for longer rides, even for sustained bumps, medyo okay pa rin ang performance ng suspension ni CBR 150R. When it comes to the tires mga brother, same specs lang siya as the previous version of this motorcycle. What we have in front is 180 by 17. Tapos, pagdating naman sa likod, what we have here is 130/70 by 17. Both tires, these are road winner tires ng IRC. Yun yung brand niya. So, in terms of the daily drive, daily commute, okay lang siya. Okay na yung tires niya. But if you wanna go for more aggressive riding, high performance, and more aggressive cornering, my recommendation is go for our aftermarket tires. Definitely, may mga mas better tires out there so that you will increase confidence, lalong-lalo na sa aggressive handling ng motor na to. Pagdating naman sa riding position, mga brother, ito ko sa inyo. So, this motorcycle has 782 millimeters seat height. It may sound high, pero ang maganda nito, yung seat niya kasi pa-narrow pakitid siya. So, over here, hindi ka masyadong nakabuka ka, kaya mas madaling naaabot yung ground reach. For reference, mga brother, I am 5'10" in height, kaya abot na abot ko, but given the seat height at saka yung composition ng seat nito, mas abot to ng karamihang Pilipino, kumbaga Pinoy friendly na masasabi natin. When it comes to the actual ergonomics, eto siya. Mababa yung handlebars niya, it's right over here. Tapos, yung feet mo, yung position ng feet, it's a little aggressive, medyo pa tupi ng konti, not the usual standard na diretso lang. So, ganito siya. Although this is a sports bike, hindi naman naka-hyperextend yung mga kamay natin, katulad ng iba, na talagang all the time nakayuko ka. But this one, yes, aggressive in stance, especially kapag inangat mo na yung paa mo na ganito. But meron pa rin siyang balance na pwede ka pa rin medyo umangat. Katulad nito, I can still drive na ganito yung position ko. But if in case you really wanna go for it, you wanna go for aggressive driving, then you can definitely have the option na yumuko, kumbaga yung racing posture mo, yung aggressive stance mo, pwede rin naman yun because okay yung position ng tangke natin dito sa harap. Also, yung grip natin, sakto. Yung grip ng thigh natin dito sa tangke natin. So, okay siya. Aggressive riding stance, but not to a point wherein it will be too stressful for your back because you can still ride it a little na medyo upright ka. Pagdating naman sa pillion or yung passenger seat, ang napansin natin dito, kung mapapansin nyo, is medyo makitid at saka maliit. And the seats is a little hard pagdating dito sa angkas mo. But if it's just for me, flat yung seat nito, hindi siya nakapadaus-dos. So even if aggressive stance siya, I have the option whether I wanna go for this stance or yung standard stance na tinatawag natin kasi hindi ako napupwersa paharap ng upuan kasi nga flat seat yung position niya. So overall, you can go for longer rides for this one. Not as comfortable, syempre, katulad ng mga cruiser bikes and some of the standard bikes or underbone that we have. Pero when it comes to a sports bike, I would say okay na rin yung riding position na to. You are somewhere in between an aggressive stance and a more convenient stance. Pagdating naman dito sa features ng motor, mga brother, what we have in front, all LED lighting na rin yan. Adds forma, syempre, dependable. Yung lighting okay din. And we also have the daytime running light. So nakakadagdag yan sa visibility tsaka definition. Over at the rear, lagi ko sinasabi to, sexy back. Ang ganda talaga tingnan ng likod nito. We have a couple of strips of rear and brake lights here. So adds visibility as well. Tsaka syempre, dagdag forma na rin yan. Ngayon, when it comes to the gas tank, malaki na rin yung tanke nito because we have 12 liters worth of fuel tank dito. So even for longer rides, you don't have to stop every once in a while because you have pack of or you have a lot of fuel na pwedeng ilagay natin dito. Ngayon, pagdating naman dito sa panel natin, what we have is a digital LCD screen. So hindi lang to yung basta digital because we see different colors in this. And when it comes to the function, yan, meron lang tayong dalawang button. Pero bago natin puntahan yung button, we have, so far what we see, we have a gear indicator. Yung RPM natin yan nasa taas. This is the speedometer. And we have the gas gauge. And we have a bunch of other information that we can see as well. Tapos may mga indicators dito, katulad ng signal, neutral, check engine, and all. Ngayon, when it comes to the information that we can see dito sa digital panel natin, so first, ito, explore natin siya. What we have is the total odometer. So far, 275 na yung tinatakbo natin. Merong trip A, trip B. Meron tayong real-time fuel indicator. So makikita mo yan while you are riding if you choose to set it on that view. And then we also have the average fuel consumption. So nakikita nyo, so far I am averaging about 32.7 kilometers per liter pagdating dun sa fuel efficiency ko. So those are the information, basic information that we can see dito sa LCD panel niya. Although ang napansin ko, this motorcycle doesn't have any kickstart anymore. That's fine, but I also don't see the voltmeter. So mukhang para lang mas-safe mo, ang kailangan mo magpalagay ng voltmeter for this motorcycle para siguradong ma-maintain mo if your battery is still good. Also, ang napansin ko rin mga brad is that we have a side stand right here. Mag-iingat na lang tayo kasi this also doesn't have the side stand kill switch. Under pa rin siya kahit naka-side stand. Diba? So, reminder lang yan mga brother para sigurado that you will be careful. Tapos watch out na lang na talagang itutupi mo ng maayos yung side stand mo. So overall, ano nga bang masasabi natin sa bike na to mga brother? So makikita nyo naman, ang unang-unang gusto ko talaga sa motor na to, napakagwapo. Ang angas talaga ng dating yan. Even kahit saan ako mapunta, hindi talagang nabibigo na mapapatingin sila. In fact, some would ask kung big bike na daw ba to, kung 400, 500, 600cc na ba to. And when I tell them that it's only 150cc, nagugulat talaga sila. Kasi yung datingan niya, hindi siya pang small displacement bike eh, di ba? Pero 150cc lang talaga in reality. Another thing is that although it looks bulkier in person, hindi siya mabigat. This is only 137 kilograms in its curb weight. Kaya magaan pa rin siya, very nimble, hindi siya mahirap i-manage. When it comes naman sa seat height, very Pinoy friendly. Narrow din yung seats kaya mas maaabot mo yung ground pagdating dito sa motor na to. And siguro, one of the functions na talaga nagustuhan ko sa motor is the power delivery. This is definitely an upgrade coming from the previous version of the 2020 CBR 150R version. Mas angat na yung torque, mas angat yung power, mas ramdam mo yung hatak ng motor, at the same time, mas smooth yung power delivery niya. Ngayon, when it comes to the opportunities or what I would say I would improve on is first, the headlight delivery. Mas maganda sana, mas buo yung buga ng headlight, mas focused para mas visible yung kalsada sa daan, lalong-lalo na kapag humahataw ka sa gabi. Another thing is that sana merong voltmeter or kickstart. Although pag kickstart kasi hindi na bagay sa mga motor na ganito, lalo na kung ganito kagwapo. Sana man lang meron tayong voltmeter. Again, you can have the option of having that added to the motorcycle, pero yung stock niya wala siyang voltmeter. And also, kung mag-aangkas ka, medyo maliit yung angkasan mo dito, pero if it's just you, then it will be no issue. Another thing, this is not an issue but just my personal preference, dahil na rin sa pagmamaneho ko, medyo aggressive riding most of the time, wal-wal talaga para talaga nababakbak at nasusubukan natin yung motor, is I would be replacing the tires. 'Di ba? Mas gusto ko na lang yung talagang mas makapit, mas dependable, para lang it adds more confidence again into how I use the motorcycle. Kasi yung stock, non-issue naman yan. Okay naman siya. Pero kung ako lang, riding style ko ang masusunod, talagang papalitan ko ng mas makapit kasi nga medyo aggressive yung riding style ko mga brother. So overall, ano sa tingin mo? Pag ikaw ang bibili ng motor na to, do you think it's worth it? So i-comment mo kung ano sa tingin mo, kung okay ang presyo at function at features ng bike na to para sa'yo. Again mga brother, don't forget to follow my social media pages para lagi kang updated sa lahat ng mga motorcycle reviews, news, and tips na meron tayo. We have for you Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at YouTube. Lahat talaga yan ina-update natin para lagi kayo updated sa lahat ng mga bali-balita sa mundo ng pagmumotor. Stay safe pa rin tayo mga brother. Salute!